once you figure out how to persuade, now you have to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to use your powers for good or evil? You know, and Adam, when you start talking about, you know, a sign of disrespect, it's interesting because Zuckerberg shows up in a T-shirt and this guy shows up in cargo pants, and you know it doesn't quite land the same way, except that it did. I mean, look at Bill Clinton. Look at that's Tony Blair, right?
Yes.
I mean,
former prime minister of the UK.
Two of the most powerful men on the planet are sitting next to this guy, and they have to decide, you know, is he so incredibly comfortable in his own skin? Is he so amazingly authentic that we're now feeling we're the establishment? We're stodgy. We're fake in our ridiculous suits and ties. This guy's the real deal. I guarantee you, a lot of people who invested in him saw him as authentic and persuasive precisely because he was disrespectful in the traditional way. And I just, you know, every single day there's, in my life anyway, there's a moment where I have to like think about that. Last night I presented an award at the Patriot Awards, and right up to the last minute, I couldn't decide if I should wear a tie. And I never really agonize over this stuff too much, but some people are in tuxedos. And then they're at the next table are the guys from Duck Dynasty, and they got their beards and their flannel shirts, and they don't give a shit, right? They don't care. And then, you know, it's just very hard to know in this world where people have a perception of you. How do you dress? And when do you stop trying to fit in that traditional sense? In the end, I put a tie on just because, you know, I just thought that was a smart thing to do. And frankly, my shirt didn't fit great, kind of bunching up a little bit. But the point is, right now it's obvious. Right now, there's nothing authentic.
Right.
Really. There's nothing impressive here, you know. But in the moment, with $32 billion behind you.
Sold the caricature of the mad scientist.
Correct.
Right. I'll say one thing real quick. For me, this comes down to knowing the difference between right and wrong. So you use the coin analogy, right? And you can be awkward and, you know, authentic, and I'm just keeping it real, and I'm showing up with shorts and cargo shorts and sitting with a former president of the United States and former prime minister. Okay, cool. But there's a track record here. Okay, the look, the hair, the shorts, to me, disrespectful. Not reading the room, not just, you know, showing class. All right, what he's accused of is commingling funds, right, and taking money from Alameda Capital and using it to fund FTX and whatever that was clearly wrongdoing.
Called fraud.
Fraud, okay, thank you. The dating of the CEO and, you know, that whole thing and whether that was appropriate or not. You know, that's why I asked you sort of the on the spectrum thing. The thing you hear about the spectrum is that you're not taking social cues and you're just sort of disregarding social norms. And they're traditions and norms for a reason, right? And it just seems to me that, you know, he was hiding under the guise of, I'm the smartest guy in the room. Trust me. All this bitty bobs and da-da-da and da-da-da and crypto and blockchain, like, just trust me. I'm smarter than all of you. But behind the scenes, it's kind of almost like behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz or the Emperor has no clothes on. It turns out that he was actually just a fraudster and just completely being disrespectful.
Here's what else is missing, right? I don't know exactly what that event was, but if those two guys were there, then there were a lot of other people there. There was a lot of security there. There was a lot of money there, right? Everything was there except somebody in charge who had the balls to say, Sam, not in that outfit.
Right.
Okay? It's called a dress code.
Right.
And we don't care what you've done or who you are, but it's as simple as a dress code. You know, there are many restaurants that you wouldn't be allowed to walk into dressed like that. You really think you're going to sit down here with two of the most powerful men on the planet, you know, looking like a skater? No. You know, and guess what? We just Googled you, and it seems you can afford a jacket and tie. Go get one.
Right.
There was no one there to say it, because saying that would have been about the most uncool thing in the world. So that guy he's not subjected to dress codes. He's not subjected to what you said, Tom. We're going to find out if the rules apply to Ms. Holmes. All right? The rules don't apply to him.
Not yet.
They're about to.
To order your Future Looks Bright hat, click over here. And to watch the entire podcast, click here. Take care, everybody.